Flora of the moon, of the dream, O little ones, O fleeting will of the ancients, let the hunter be safe, let him find comfort, and let this dream, his captor, foretell a pleasant awakening, be one day a fond, distant memory.
Holy... I cannot believe we just got that dialogue. That is incredibly, incredibly rare. The doll's prayer is extremely rare. We have Gehrman as well? No. I'm glad I got that. Wow. Yeah, so Flora is speculated to be the name of the moon presence. And lore hater number one over here, contrived lore hater. I would actually agree with that, because in my own personal speculation, I do think that the doll is a bit of a conduit for the will of the Great Ones, specifically the moon presence, because the moon presence seems to have control over this level of the dream / nightmare. I mean, Gehrman's a prisoner to the moon presence specifically, and we become the prisoner of the moon presence if we challenge Gehrman and then don't have the 3 umbilical cords. So I think the doll is a servant to the moon presence? I don't know. In my imaginings, I always thought the doll was literally like a doll of the moon presence. The moon presence controls the doll. So that might disprove my theory, because she's speaking to, if Flora is supposed to be the moon presence, again, we don't know that. We don't know who the fuck Flora is. Unless the Japanese version of the game has further insight, which I don't know. I wish I did. There are some things about the Japanese text that I do know, but I've probably forgotten them to time, because I remember there is something in the Nightmare of Mensis that is relevant, because the Japanese text in an item description that talks about Mensis and the brain is mistranslated. A lot of things are mistranslated and lost in localization, which, again, another layer to my anti-lore, because so much is lost in translation as well. Not translation specifically, but localization. So, yeah, it says, do I even have a single umbilical cord? I don't. I have one. I have one from, yeah. Every great one loses its child and then yearns for a surrogate. Who's the one that seems really happy to see us after we become an infant great one? The doll. Oh, good hunter. Are you cold? So, yeah, she's... I don't know if you can say that she has, like, intention or intent. I think she's just a true neutral sort of character, because she is just a doll. She is the will of someone else. She is the will of Maria, the will of whoever brought her to life. Again, we assume the moon presence. So she is like a true neutral. People always... I know there's like this really stupid debate of like, who's the best level up girl? I can tell you who the best level up girl is, okay? It's the fucking Firekeeper in Dark Souls 3. Because she trained her whole life to become a Firekeeper. She lost her eyesight. Her entire purpose is to guide the Ashen One to link the flame. And when we are like, no, we're not going to do that, she's shocked. She's sad. The whole entire atmosphere changes. But she's still loyal. She's still loyal to what you want to do, even though that is not what she is supposed to be doing. She is supposed to be facilitating the linking of the fire. Gonna get pincher moved here. But yeah, don't need to talk about Dark Souls 3 at the moment. So all the students down there are loaded in, but this guy that was up here wasn't loaded in, because I remember I pointed out that the pincher move guy had spawned in up there above my character's head. But this guy over here was not spawned in. Master Willem was right. Evolution without courage will be the ruin of our race. There's a few more insights up here. There's another one. Hunt the great ones. Hunt the great ones. And I think there's one about Lawrence at the end of the hall over here. The Nameless Moon Presence. Well, there goes that theory, hey? You know? Nameless. Can't be Flora, can it? Again, lost in translation, possibly. Beckoned by Lawrence and his associates. Pale blood. Yeah, and it's a shame I didn't get Gehrman's sleep dialogue. Where he says... It's basically begging Lawrence to come and free him from the dream. Gehrman is wholly a prisoner. And Lawrence beckoning the moon presence probably was the reason why Gehrman ended up imprisoned in the dream. I mean, I'm gonna say that we know that for a fact just because of Gehrman's sleep dialogue. He's really desperate to call out to Lawrence. He says, Lawrence, what's taking you so long? So, maybe Lawrence had a plan to come... This guy's just waiting for me, thanks for that. Had a plan to come back for Gehrman. And that's why Gehrman agreed to it. But obviously, Lawrence became a cleric beast. So, kind of stuck there, Gehrman. Sorry about that, mate. And I think this is a communion room. Yes. I haven't been reading a lot of item descriptions, but I'll try to do better. It represents the healing church and its ministers. Blood ministration is, of course, the pursuit of communion. And by communion, I think they mean, you know, trying to achieve ascent. Alright, flame hands, McFuck. Fuck hands, McMike. Okay, that was my bad. That was me stupid. Okay, me really dumb. I usually do the cheese strat where you just like hide behind the door and hit him that way, but I don't want to look bad on camera, you know? I'm not a pussy. Here's another little Willem-y type desk. And who do we have here? Oh, I forgot to have him push me off the ledge in the Nightmare Frontier. Well, you know, just pretend that happened.
Oh, this cannot be. You cannot be. No, you didn't. Lord Amygdala? Oh, how did this come to pass? Now, wait just a moment. Do you think ill of me? Me? Oh, it pains me to hear it. You've made yourself a misreckoning. I shared with you a thing most secret. Now, you're witness to a miracle, and all the stronger for it. It's plain as a pikestaff. Now, say in my heart, you were as a lamb to my God. Well, you weren't to know, and it wasn't for you to know. All's well that ends well, I say. No matter. Such details are trifling. We're fast friends by now. Let this express what words cannot. Oh, doubt me not, sweet compeer. What is friendship but a chance encounter? Ah, well met. My apologies, but I feel a profound thought occurring on the good grace of a certain God and the way he meted out his love.
I do feel like Patch's character is a bit diminished in this game. You know, Patches is very classically Patches, very greedy and trickstery, and here he's just like a zealot. And I have no reason to doubt that he doesn't think Amygdala is a real god or something like that. He just seems full on into the zealot behavior. So it's not my favorite version of Patches, to say the least. So we've seen these beasties before, and you can also find them in the chalices, but these ones, if you don't kill them either with fire paper or a visceral attack, they spawn parasites from their mouth. Oh, let me have that. It was a bit of a late parry, but got away with it. So yeah, the brain of Mensis, the frenzy disco ball as I call him. Bear him no ill will, okay? Doubt him not, sweet compeer. He doesn't want to do this, okay? Mensis chained him up in there, and they're forcing him to be a frenzy disco ball. He's not a bad guy, and I don't care what the item descriptions say, he's being held against his will. He's just a sweet little guy, okay? They are slandering him. It means nothing. Mensis is just jealous because the brain wouldn't cooperate with Mensis. And so they're like, oh, he's evil. And now we must chain you up because you're evil. I don't buy it for a second. Do you trust Mensis? No. Unreliable narrator. Unreliable narrator. I usually work in a backwards progression here. Just because they're all throwing rocks at you, it's just easier to approach from behind. Ah, I don't even kill them in one visceral. Ah, you know what? Let's just move on. This one came up for me. There's a couple items down there, but I don't think they're of importance. We'll just move on. And you can kill all the spiders in this room one by one by throwing stones at them. Honestly, again, it's just like, is it worth the time and effort? Probably not, so let's just go. And this guy. This is my dude, my friend. We're friends. We're friends. We're friends. We're friends! Friends! Edgar! Edgar! I just told them we're friends! Don't make me look like this! He's making me out to be a fool. We're friends. We're friends. He's just playing a joke. It's just a joke. Goodness. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna fight these guys either, but... I just got flatlined. I got one hit flatlined. There's an eye rune. Over there. Oh, thanks for putting them right back here. Alright, fine, I will. Please just get a backstab? No. I'm not staying. I'm dealing with all that now. You guys want to take some frenzy damage? Go for it. These are called Margot's attendants. Again, you could kill all of them, but there's not really a reason to. I usually do when I'm doing my full playthroughs, but I am trying to conserve time and just show what's important. They're non-hostile until you're around one of those, like, big mama butchers. Edgar, we were friends. You were playing a joke. I tried to play the joke back. Oh, we got a blood dreg. That's right. I put on that rune. So I'll show you what I was talking about. It's blood sperm. Okay. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, there's no wondering about what the hell that is. The vile bloods of Canehurst, bloodlusting hunters, see these frightful things in cold blood. They often appear in the blood of echo fiends, that is to say, the blood of hunters. Queen Annalise partakes in these blood dreg offerings so that she may one day bear the child of blood, the next vile blood heir. So yeah, there's no room for imagination there. They just straight up tell you, yeah, this is sperm, blood sperm. For a potential blood baby. What does that mean? Don't know. Who's setting him off? You guys need to stop pissing the brain off. Sometimes these guys push you. They don't attack you, but they get a little annoyed by your presence and they just give you a shove. I will kill the ones around here because that guy's on the stairs. Nothing happened. I swear it. By the old gods and the new. No, I was encountering some audio glitches that was a foreboding of, hello, all that time in Hemwick, and I lost all of my footage because the PS5 can't handle PS4 games. And it'll just crash sometimes. So I went ahead and just restarted the console. Excuse you? Cool. Cool. That was cool. That was cool, guys. Right on. Nice. And fuck that. Fuck that. No. That's a Krog or a doe. I personally like Krog. Miyazaki combined the two most obnoxious enemies. Way to go, Miyazaki. Let's go. Okay. Alright. Alright, I have died here before. So... that's not it. That's not it either. How do we get there, boys? Come on, Teva, help me out. Okay. The fuck? Alright, let's go meet a good boy. Definitely not insane.
Some say cousin. Do you hear our prayers? No, we shall not abandon the dream. No one can catch us. No one can stop us now.
I feel it is my duty to say, because so many people seem to still struggle with Mikolash. He goes the opposite direction of where you're running. Every time. So it's easy to herd him into the boss room. I should have killed these puppets before we came in here. That was my bad. Ooh, almost augured me. That would have not been nice. Alright, mate. Let's dance. Do it. Do it.
Oh, majestic! A hunter is a hunter, even in a dream. But alas, not too fast. The nightmare swirls and churns, unending. as you once did for the vacuous realm. Grant us eyes, grant us eyes. As you once did for the vacuous realm. Grant us eyes, grant us eyes. Some say, cousin, do you hear our prayers as you once did for the vacuous realm? Grant us eyes, grant us eyes. Plant eyes on our brains to cleanse our beastly idiocy. That round lake of mud, hidden now from sight. Cosmos, of course. Let us sit about and speak feverishly, chatting into the wee hours of new ideas of the higher plane. Cosmos.
That was Miko trash. The School of Mensis controls the unseen village. The hexagonal iron cage suggests their strange ways. The cage is a device that restrains the will of the self, allowing one to see the profane world for what it is. It also serves as an antenna that facilitates contact with the great ones of the dream. But to an observer, the iron cage appears to be precisely what delivered them to their harrowing nightmare. So yeah, a conduit, like I said before.